Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. I've got a great question in here from YouTube username Xeon72. That's their YouTube username. Hey, which lens would be better for my G7 Panasonic? The G7 or the Panasonic 25mm f1.7 or the Nikon 50mm f1.8G with adapter? Brackets, will it autofocus? Will I miss some accessibility if I use the Nikon f1.8G? I am into videography. Thanks. Interesting question for a number of reasons. First of all, not really comparable lenses, not only because one is native micro four thirds and one is not, but the 50mm is twice the focal length as the 25. So on micro four thirds body, the 25 f1.7 becomes a 50 f1.7. So it's like the Panasonic Nifty 50. That's why they came out with that. And then the Nikon 50mm f1.8G becomes an effective field of view of 100 millimeters. Now, for those of you that know and follow the channel, I love the 50mm f1.8G. It's one of the best lenses out there from Nikon in the sense that it's tack sharp, very sharp wide open, has nice bokeh rendering, and a great price. One of the, it could be, if it's not the sharpest lens in Nikon's arsenal, it's in the top 3 probably. It's a very, very nice lens. You really can't beat it for the price. It's a better 50 than Canon's 50mm f1.8 STM. It's sharper, delivers better bokeh. You have to pay more from Canon to get a better lens. Now that said, the Canon lens is $125 and I like it. I've owned it. The Nikon lens is closer to $200. I think it's on sale for around $175 right now. I'll put a link below. You can check it out on Amazon, see all the user reviews. It's a very, very nice lens. I actually kind of wish Canon had delivered a better f1.8 lens and charged more for it. Something comparable to the Nikon. So, anyways, that said, to get the autofocus, you're going to need a smart adapter, not a dumb adapter. And that basically means something like the Metabones, where you're going to be spending several $100s. Depending on the adapter, it could be like $600 to get the autofocus. Whereas you're not going to need that on the Panasonic. So, roughly equivalent pricing on lenses, but you have to spend a whole lot more to have that adapter, which you only have to buy once because then it'll allow you to use any other autofocus adapters. But I don't know if you were realizing that. A lot of the adapters I use, the Photo-C adapters, are dumb adapters. They don't allow autofocus, and you have to set your aperture manually, and you can't do that with this f1.8G lens. You have to use an older lens like I shoot. A lot of times I use the AI or AIS lenses, or my old SC Nikkor, my 1962, which I love that lens. So I would go, as you're probably guessing by now, with the Panasonic 25mm f1.7. If you're wanting the longer field of view, the duo that I would buy is the Panasonic 25 f1.7, which is an excellent lens, and the 42.5 f1.7. I prefer the 42.5 f1.7 because it gives us an 85mm portrait lens, and I love that lens. It's one of my favorite lenses of all time. Has beautiful bokeh rendering, beautiful shooting characteristics, and it's a fast f1.7, and it's image stabilized, so it works any micro four thirds body. You're going to get image stabilization. Panasonic did a lovely job with that lens. If you got even more money, you can go with their Noct, the f1.2, which is, to me, a beautiful lens, but I don't tend to punch into that price point. I can make do with the f1.7. Now that said, I really like the Nikon f1.2 AIS lens. I'm probably going to buy one for myself. So, I would go with, between the two you're talking about, the 25mm over the Nikon 50 for those reasons. What would you guys do? Would you get a Metabones adapter that maintains autofocus and get the 50? Or would you go with the Panasonic 25mm f1.7, or, as I mentioned, as an option, the 42.5 f1.7? Let us know which way you'd go. Let's help Xeon out here. Let us know which way you go and your reasoning behind it. Thanks for your question. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.